Hi, Bonnie.
Good morning. Thank you for getting up so early for me this morning.
I get up every day at this time. That's not true at all. Not even a little bit.
Well, we appreciate it. Trust me. I'm coming here to you from Toronto, Canada. Have you ever been here?
Yes, I have been there.
Okay.
Um, I went to the incredible film festival, LGBTQ film festival, filmed a film I did called AWOL
Yes.
there. And they took very good care of me, and it was incredible. I loved it there.
Good stuff. Well, you have to know that Mr. Mercedes you got a huge fan base here, that's for sure. We're very, very excited for season two to get started. And before we just, kind of dive into season two, I have to ask you, what has it been like for you to be a part of the Stephen King universe?
Um, it I try to in my career you meet a lot of people and you try to play it cool. Um, Being in the Stephen King universe is one of those things where I just couldn't be cool at all. I
Right.
was like, ooh, it's wonderful. Yeah, he came on season one and did this incredible cameo,
Yeah.
and I was sitting in a. I remember that week I was sitting at in a hotel bar waiting for a friend in Charleston, and this guy comes up to me and just taps me on the back really hard and is like, "Steve King here," and I turned and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he started reciting lines from the season one back to me.
Wow.
And then he was like, "I gotta go. I gotta be up in the morning to do this cameo." And he wandered off, and I was like,
Yeah.
"What incredible parallel, awesome universe is this?" But
Yes. I could just
I think
imagine.
one of the biggest
I mean, he's an
things
icon.
is
It's unbelievable what he's given us.
he's an icon, and also I think as an actor, it's to have such an incredible base of poets, essentially.
Yeah.
Where you're not. It's not like this show is not really like a procedural, for instance.
Correct.
Where you come in and it's like plot point, plot point, plot point. This, I mean, it it has plot points for sure, but David E. Kelley, Dennis Lehane,
Yeah.
with underneath the world of Stephen King, present this really interesting dynamic of relationships where the
Mm-hmm.
show is really built and hinged upon people's inner lives and people's fears and hopes and dreams and relationships with one another,
Yeah.
which for me to play make believe in that world is kind of extraordinary,
Yeah, I can just
and
imagine.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah. Now, season one, lots of ups and downs going on, especially for Lou, your character. And then we see what happens at the end of season two. I say season one, sorry, leading into season two. Um, the
Yes.
person that she thought that she trusted, Brady, no, not so much. How do you deal with something like that? Not just as an actor, but as a person, because you're really diving into this character and you're living her. That's had to have been a very tough season for you.
I definitely got an apartment in Charleston that had lots of big windows and light. I was like, let me definitely not do this season with in a dungeon somewhere, because I mean, it's funny that you asked that because I definitely had some, when you go to do your work, everybody wakes up and they go to do their work. I got up and did my work, and I was telling stories about powerlessness
Mm-hmm.
and about violent victimhood and being assaulted by somebody that and somebody that you trusted, and
Right.
deep, deep betrayal and absolute obliteration of your sense of safety and self. And in season two, we get to learn a lot more about my past, and my story is also about, well, what now? And I think that is a story that, as a person, as an actor, I felt extraordinarily fortunate to have a story that's like, what now?
Yeah.
Because anytime, and I
It's
it's a
tough.
big topic. It's a big topic, and it's worthwhile, and it's one that I really hope that I said something about.
Yeah.
And I hope that somebody out there who has had the, rug yanked out from under them can look and say, all right, well, what now?
Right,
And
exactly.
in season 2, I definitely do not always choose the right thing on that scale of what now.
Hmm.
But I think it's a story of how complicated it is to come back from a violent act, which is a major theme of season 1. You know, this very violent act happens, and then a lot of our show is about what people do next and what people do with that. And it's very interesting in season 2 because, I feel very connected to Hodges in that way in season 2 because we're sort of the last standing people who have been affected, and Holly.
Hmm.
But, as we know, Holly, what she did in her What Now was,
Yeah,
something that Hodges never got to do and that I certainly never got to do,
absolutely.
which is
There's
kind of
just
an
so much going on
amazing.
in this show, which is for you as an actor must be so amazing. But also, what's so amazing is the cast on this show. Oh my God! Like, do you kind of pinch yourself some days and go, "Holy mackerel! Like, look at these people I'm working with."
I I definitely spent a day with Brendan Gleeson and
Yeah.
then afterwards went to my trailer and was like, oh my gosh, this is so awesome. It was, yeah, I mean, my job rules. um, but, it's when you're acting, there's always, I have this great acting teacher, Diana Castle, and she always talks about, you have to do it on cue, on time, and with a story, that you're not making up.
Right.
So, it is, I think our set, especially led by Jack Bender, is a set that nourishes creativity and nourishes the actor.
Hmm.
And so the environment and the crew and everybody are sort of holding you up. And
Yeah.
so there's like a lot of stress and the implications of what you do, but what I think every actor's goal is to just show up and play make believe
Yeah.
about topics that have nothing, that aren't about you or your ego.
Right. Oh,
And when you show
absolutely.
up on
Yeah.
set
And do
with
your
Brendan
best. Just do your
Gleeson,
best. Yeah,
yeah,
for sure.
like when you show up with Brendan Gleeson, it's just about the story,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is
Well, listen, you guys
super
are
rad.
so great on this show. It's really, really awesome. We can't wait. Season 2 starts like tonight. Can't wait. And come visit us again
I
in
can't wait.
Toronto. Want to talk to you in person.
Yes, indeed. Thank
Okay.
you.
Oh, thank you. And best of luck with everything. We'll speak to you soon.
Thank you so much, Bonnie.